unexpected alarm. Another unexpected alarm, but we all react with measured astonishment as we rather grow used to the randomness of it all. It is unlikely that it has completely evaded the influence of T-Corp singularity. However, it can be said that this partial retention of color can be attributed to the fact that Walpurgis Nights is a transitory moment in which numerous possibilities coincide. Makes sense. Faust nonchalantly walked up to the driver's seat and shutting off the alarm. Lo, 'tis returned this Walpurpur whatever night. Don Quixote and her eyes that began twinkling at the smallest bit of diversion after a long period of idle standby. It's all just become part of a routine. Even mysterious things like these Walpurgis nights. Oh, an additional volatility, aside from the Walpurgis nights, has been detected. An additional? Indeed, the entrance to a new mirror dungeon has opened. Oh, yeah, that. Heathcliff mutters quietly as he rises from his seat. I thought it was about time a new one popped up. It happens every time we go through the bloody ringer. Didn't expect it to appear with green flashes, though. Heathcliff lightly struck the end of his club against the floor in visible anticipation. The word that was once engraved in his club had changed. A few days ago, I saw him sitting back at the Busby's stand and carving something into his club. I didn't have to ask to know what he meant by the new word. I decided not to bring up to anyone else. Only Heathcliff and I retained that memory, after all. Though I was going mad from tedium. Come on, let's go bash some sun. How nice. I like seeing some initiative from the sinners. Miss Foth? Indeed, let us move without delay. Dante, bring us to the corridor past the back door. Got it. Trying my best to shake this odd, uncomfortable feeling that Heathcliff's newfound enthusiasm didn't come off as entirely optimistic, I led the sinners to the back door. Two types of door at once, huh? Two new sets of doors, just as Faust had predicted. One set of doors was as I expected. Two metal doors resonate with the sound of wandering gusts. A new mirror dungeon. And the other set of doors was... Are these papers? It's all sparkly. It was an unfamiliar door, radiating with an odd gleam of light. Technically, we did see the weird radio frequency-like squiggly lines around the door before, but everything else was new. This is what doesn't connect to the Lobotomy Corporation like the last one there. Weird, I think I'm hearing, is that jazz? Oh, is this even door? It looks more like a window than a door in it. This new entrance definitely resembled a large window rather than a door. The window was blurry. All I could see past it were some globs of shapes moving about. There appeared to be several shambling entities past the entrance. Faust seems to have realized something, but she didn't tell us what it was. Instead, she merely looked at my direction without saying a word. I'm starting to get what she means by that look. Guess I'll have to get in there to see what all this is about. Right, Faust? Experiencing regular growth capabilities. Faust considered this to be a positive development. Yeah, a field of green and a wall of tall trees appeared before us. We entered the door, but at this point, I'll take it. A bit more than this to a surprise. Ah, so nice to have our colors back for once. Quiet! There's an abnormality. So these things were what we saw past the window earlier. We are yet to be discovered. I recommend that we prepare for combat management. I even need to tell the sinners what they were. It was pretty clear from the get-go that we fight at Aberdora. All sinners stood ready to charge into battle at my command. But this time it's different. So Faust, I'm starting to get the hang of this while connecting, and please do continue. I think there's something different about these Aberdora. Can you explain why? Considering the nature, every encounter with an abnormal would be equivalent to an encounter with a summoned entity. Nevertheless, I experienced a certain degree of difference when we encountered them from a refraction railway or a mirror dungeon. We enter a site known as the Library, a building that inexplicably appears above the former L Corp headquarters. This exact location is said to be a space that exists within a book in which the abnormality resides. The library, where I've heard that term before. Some sinners talk about it, that's for sure. Quite, yet the space is fairly distinct from the containment units we have missed for at one of the branches. It appears as though an ideal habitat has been established precisely for the abnormalities, a rather striking difference from the very limited space and accommodating environment provided at the containment unit. Yes, you may compare this place to terrarium. The abnormality inhabiting this place has transformed its environment to a form most suitable for its dwelling. Here are some comparisons that may make it easier for one to comprehend. A fish would fill his space with water. A worm would fill his space with soil. So as long as the abnormality exists in this book, you can deck this place out with whatever fits his fancy, huh? It would be more accurate to say that an animal once inside the confines of the Quiloff deterrence can rebuild its environment to fit its needs. That's where Don Quixote was standing far from the group, who was made aware of these revelations only after Merceau has relayed them to her. Book, our journey hath brought us inside. Book, thou sayest. The library of legend that vanished like a mirage for truth suddenly blew up with explosive enthusiasm once again. I would add a preamble to the future to prevent such outbursts. We've been detected, manager. Yeah, let's get this over with. Is there any reason to even fight them? Bro. Four of history.
그건 월세가 해보자는 생각해볼까?
수건이 언제 오셨어?
This bitch put a fucking.
정력의
생각이 단편적이지 않아서 좋군. 방금의 공격이 생각이었다.
방금의 방법을 기억해봐.
왜 안에 갇혀 죽어? 저렇게 너덜너덜하잖아. 일단 못 차리는 놈 대가리부터 무게.
직접 알게 한다.
여기가 적성이군. 이런 건 몽둥이가 약이지.
그러니까 깨달았나?
다리 안쪽이 익살났네. 사람은 이제 그들을 피할 방법이 없지.
저게 부위가 파괴된 상태야. 개운하게 모조리 정리정돈 해버리자.
나가줄게. 이 속에서
유지하니까 지금 할도
가엾고 슬픈 얼굴. 벌써 애거를 펴었어.
손끝이라도 데려온 자가 있다.
속에서
깨달았나?
You have no ammo.
효율적인 대처로 개체를 꿰뚫었습니다. 참고로 기계는 입에 달린 말 따위 쉽게 하지 않아요.
나가주지. 그대도 잠들게. 직접 밝혀주마. 잘못된 거덜너들었잖아. 일단 정신 못 차리는 걸 내놓고 있게. 쉬시게. 잠든 그대를 기릴 테니.
Harder than expected. Voss explains when we find ourselves in the library, perhaps we are participating in such a repeated battle within the library. Its purpose was to attain something called the realization of the floor of history. Yes, sorry, I didn't understand what most of you what floor of history. Are there other floors too? That appears to be the case. Yes, it can be extrapolated from the collected intelligence that the library is, like some normal libraries, composed of several floors divided by subjects such as literature or religion. Doesn't sound too different from an average library, but I don't. It's that straightforward. Anything more you could tell us about the library, Foss? Something more detailed? Foss' voice carries an air of troubled uncertainty, and I'm starting to realize why. So you don't know about that just yet, right? I see that you have intuited a certain degree of truth, Dante. I don't suppose there's any more reason for me to remain evasive regarding this particular subject. Foss let out a barely noticeable of a sharp demeanor, gasp before retaining her clearly shocked gasp before retaining her usual calm demeanor. Yet I am yet to become a Foss who has access to that information. As your journey continues, I may also gradually gain recognition and access to further knowledge. One thing is certain, however, Foss regards this consistent improvement be a positive development, Dante. I see. The longer my journey, the greater her knowledge, huh? Maybe that explains why she kept falling silent in the middle of her lectures. I have no idea how long this journey will last for, but who knows, maybe we'll find ourselves in the library one day. With that, I return to the sinners wandering around the scattered pages of the abnormality.
한 자리는 죽어 떠난 자에 대한 축하를, 한 자리는 목숨에 묶여 살아갈 자에 대한 엄숙한 애도를. 장님은 이 생각을 못했어.
Alright, I think we can conclude our consultation session here. I've been holding regular consultations with the sinners for a while now. My session with Heathcliff ended earlier than I'd expect. Wait, remember. Heathcliff put remember. Remember me. Remember me. What does that say? I want to see the art. Revenge. And it became remember. Why did they change it here?
히스클리프, 사람 박살내는 건 내 전문이지. 물론 내가 내키는
안녕, 로자야. 긴 이름도 있는데 정없어 보이니까 그냥 로자라고 불러줘. 몸지름
드디어 좀
상쾌한 하루
아침을 제가 그랬잖아. 좋아.
출발할게.
당신이 원래 어떻게
파우스트는 사양 저희가 매끄럽. 단테는 전차. 파우스트 그럼 93대는 당신이 방금까지 당신
다들 자기처럼 너무시 그래. 머리 도원하는 그래.
Gregor.
그래 양반
Rodia.
난 당신 분명 아차 네
안녕.
안녕하세요. Sinclair.
뭐
And then it's Ishma, Isang. And then it's Ishmael.
저를 당신
And then it's Heathcliff. Revenge. Ah, see? You put revenge there.
누가 시켜서가 아니라 거슬리.
Consultation. So what are you writing in that notebook? Oh, this? I thought writing down could come in handy later in case I have to remember something. He could have been holding that notebook in his hand since his session started. It didn't seem like he was making a full record of our entire conversation, more like he was writing things down if they seemed worthy of remembering. Are you writing about Catherine? Won't deny that's a part of it. His expression became inscrutably complex upon hearing her name. He breathes in a lungful of air and lets out a deep sigh. He smiles awkwardly before sliding his notebook across the desk in my direction. I take a quick glance at the page. Its contents are as disorganized and chaotic as its handwriting. But I also noticed that several of those disorganized notes are records of his memories with Catherine, scribbled to note of significant next to notes of significant moments in our journey. Records of memory he doesn't want to lose. Well, I think nothing important. Right, if we're done here, I'm off. He clicks the notebook leads him. I catch a glimpse of his bitter expression as he steps through the door. It isn't long before Radia practically bursts through the door. Hey, saw he clearly didn't remember now. Thought it was my turn. That was a quick and quick meeting, yeah. We didn't really talk about much. I don't know what's gotten into him that he's been so tame. Well, I'm not complaining. Why don't you take a seat, Radia? Radia hummed cheerfully. She sat down. She didn't really seem too different from her usual self. Our consultations usually consisted of some minor chit chat and watching her munch on some snacks, but hey, so I think there's something I have to talk about today. Yeah? Ooh, you're so serious today. What's up? Do you remember what you asked me when we were dealing with the case of time killing time? Yeah, I don't know what I say. A lot. Rodia carefully looks away, her fingers fiddling with the snacks prepared for these consultations. I'm starting to grow uncertain whether this is a good time to bring this up, or she's still so obviously evasive about it. I really want the mood to get as frosty as it did during the investigation, but this overly chipper, chatty attitude is just a band-aid haphazardly pulled over a scar that still hurts, it said. I sit there looking at Rhoda and her fabricated smile. I have to ask. Yeah, this is what these consultations are for. What better time to do this than now? I'll talk about the time you asked me about Sonia, about what happened if you. Delar had to choose this precise moment when I finally gathered enough courage to bring this up to go up. Wait, that was. I reflexively get to my feet as the blaring alarm. A few seconds later, I hear someone tapping on the bus PA system. And not long before that, a brief bzzz plays from the speaker installed in my room. Aha, aha, testing, announcing from the driver's seats. All units taking R&R to the bus assemble in the hallway ASAP. I repeat, all units, driver's seat, car on seat. Ah, stop pulling me. I am in the process of relaying a very important announcement. Stop getting in the way between Kara and Memphis. Ha! A ridiculous deep sigh was the last thing we heard from the bus PA announcer. Kara and this brief squabble came to abrupt end. Mine, you back Thursday. That's what the alarm usually means. Let's see. I guess this is one for a refreshing railway. Blech, not a fan of this railway, though you're so exhausted. Roja grumbles for a moment before rising from her seat. Kind of seems like she's trying to smoothly maneuver away from answering my question. We're just standing around for Dante. Come on, aren't you going to see what's going on? Yeah, I'm coming. I leave my empty consultation notes behind and follow Roja out the hallway. Out to a very crowded hallway. The river rises, the sitters are sharing their ideas as to what this alarm might be for. It's got to be the refresher rail at this time, right? Yep, line 4 most likely. Huh, this is gonna suck, isn't it? Attention, the manager has arrived. I assembled your forces already in a timely manner. Thanks. Welcome, Dante. I hear the radio. Is this a refresher railway this time? Yes, the fourth line to be exact. Hey, I think we're getting used to this. WTH WGI. What the hell? Another. Whoa. Tis a heartbreaking. When the hell? It appears she's requesting information pertinent to our schedule regarding our entry. Whoa. Tis a heartbreaking. To be exact, I think she's asking, when the hell are we going in? Most you have been listening with a knitted brow as each sinner haphazard their guesses appear to have finally found peace. Sinclair was right on the money. Hey, at least Gregor and Usain got half of it right, too. The bus alarms were the only thing growing increasingly familiar to us. The students were really getting to know one another as well. Well, let's go check it out right now. Then I shall open the gates. The door opens with a creak, and a bright blue light fills my vision. The blue ambience almost seems to drop the temperature of the entire room. Another line completely different from line 3 and its orange blue. Manager Esquire, behold, these curtains, these masks. I say visions of party lay before us, forsooth. Masks. I followed Don Quixote, who had run off on her own again with my eyes. It was as she said. The walls were lined with various masks, each wearing different expressions. I wonder if this has something to do with the theme of enemies we're about to meet here. Ooh, he, thee, hither, one and all. Here is a woman, her appearance in a splitting image of Lady Otis. What? There was an urgency in her voice. I quickly ran to where Don Quixote was with the other sinners in tow. And there she was, an exact copy of Otis standing before us. I hope this isn't anything serious. Whoa, she wasn't kidding. I hope this isn't a lure behind it. And by an admiral railing or something like that. Oh, how about we don't tempt fate, laugh? But she's quiet, unlike Otis, and shouted in a weird shadow. Whoa, look, here's another one that looks just like me. Howland stood next to a humanoid shape that mimicked every move he made. When he raised his hand, the shape raised its hand. When he closed his eyes, the shape closed its eyes. Right, almost like a shadow of a darkness. Wait, that looks like one of Howland's identities. I noticed 2 or 3 more humanoid shadows standing nearby. What on earth is going on? We'd be much better off if they were some byproduct of an abnormality. However, if they are clones, we must move swiftly to eliminate them. And manager request that you immediately order us prepare for battle. Give me a second. I'll ask Prosper. No, you must make a judgment call at this instant. Dear, indeed, close the head will. This is the first time she asked to make a decision like this, but she's never been this serious or adamant about it before. You saying no to this attention quickly stepped in between the two of us. Miss Foss, would you kindly share what you know of this phenomenon? Yes, this entity is not a clone. Therefore, even if a week were to pass, the head will not mobilize. False nodded sagely as though she just learned something new before looking in my direction. Right, she probably wants me to explain what it is. I quickly blurted out the first thing that came to mind. This one feels like a pentaculum. I wasn't completely sure, but that's the feeling I've grown so used to sensing whenever we encounter pentaculum. It's blindly mimicking whatever Honolulu is doing. I'm not sure if it has much or anything in the way of consciousness or ego. It doesn't look like a one-to-one copy of him either. Please be calm yourself, Miss Otis. It appears that all has unnerved you. Otis bows, embarrassment apparent, but her face cleared with relief. My deepest apologies. I should not act in an unsightly manner before. Clear, I still have a lot to learn from Dr. Sid. Every instance of these moments seemed to avail something new. I was trying to get a better read on Otis' expression when he suddenly asked the question out loud. I thought them particular was supposed to look like monsters. In it, distortions and the particular must not be judged on reference based on common sense, such as their physical appearance. But do you think we can handle them? Oh yeah, if they're coming to swarms like they did at the Rand, or if they manage to somehow copy brigades, that's going to be a problem. Recall the whaleways of aggression we have suffered ere this once arrived. It should not present us before of the foe we cannot defeat. Yet the process shall be as grueling as it always been, I suspect. Faust is aware that this entity is the pentaculum of envy, pentaculum individii. Considering the strength of the pentaculum as Hazar, it is unlikely we will encounter enemies too far beyond our ability to defeat. The lack of precise tier labeling system means that it is difficult for one to make a subjective judgment. Speaking of which, what's the ATA to the new risk levels and classification for the pentacular and distortion? The LCD has informed us that they made significant progress recording that subject. It's likely that further details will be shared once they become more concrete. Ah, that's good to know. Oops, looked like the pentacular are running away all of a sudden. As we stood there talking about it, a pentacular to remember Halu suddenly shoved hit to the side and began sprinting elsewhere. What the hell, mate? Don't just sit there and gawk at them when they're all legging it. Heathcliff also sprinted after the figure, but soon came to a sudden stop before realizing. Oh, blimey. A subway chain slides in front of a large hole. Past the windows, I see a subway car filled with the brim with triple shadows. Shadows in the shape of city. Oh, that's a lot of them. Ugh, I think I recognize like three shadows that look just like me. That ridiculous sight was enough to stop us all dead in our tracks, allowing the pentaculum to board the subway car, and the door shut behind it. I sense aught in the way of disquietude from this refreshing railway. Follow us, there's another one coming this way. As soon as the subway train carrying the pentaculum leaves the station, a new one begins to roll in. To my relief, this one doesn't seem like it's packed to the brim with shadow people. But what's that? There are curtains and masks. I don't remember seeing anything like that in the last railways we challenged. How uninspired. Hey, I didn't notice it either because all that mess with clothes and everything. But doesn't that train look more elaborate than we've seen before? Right? It's adorned with all kinds of decorations. Just as the sinners were gawking at the ostentatious that was the strange something whispered from the train carter. Oh, did that thing just roll up a carpet for us? It's like something's inviting us in there. I ill like such manner of invitation. I agree with you, Shan. This is an invitation I'm happy to jump at, but I'm sure we'll face even worse things in our journey. I'll take every chance we get to strengthen the city. Let's go! I took my first steps in the current and boarded the subway train. Oh, last one. Did I do this one before? Easy! Alright, I did as you asked, boss. I looked up toward falls away from the PDA mine as the rattle unfixed the identity cards into each lock. Today's the fourth wall previous night. The location is the same lobotomy corp, headquarters of the passive visit. Its point in time and a branch of possibilities inserted. Thank you. Please proceed with the slotted identities to suppress the imminent ordeal. Whew! I slotted in the lobotomy corp identities I pulled up during the previous nights. Boss probably wants to study the correlation between the night itself and the identities that can pulled up only during each wall period. Well, it ain't much of my business what identity we're supposed to wear, but can't you at least bother telling us where we are? I swear it's always you two. Yeah, I agree. We won't know what to do if we keep the important stuff just between the two of you, right? What he said. I was trying to find a way to avoid sounding irritated. You a way of missing words, don't you? Thanks, Lai. I agree. F you, functionality upgrade. Come on, don't talk to me like I'm a machine or something. Voss cleared her throat in an attempt to clear the air and stem the conversation from going on a tangent. We are at the information team, department of the former L Corp headquarters. Information. Well, I do recall that the place we visited was called the control team department. Maybe they added a new department with every Walpurgis night. The training team and the safety team, both adjacent to this department, are currently accessible. Therefore, your assessment is untrue. However, it is possible that there is a reason the first place the door connected to was this location. Perhaps further analysis may yield more concrete information. She's trying to take a more active role in learning things for herself. It seems the event at the warp train rattled her more than I thought. She's probably concerned that the similar loss of connection to that repository of false knowledge may occur again. This place is pretty barren. The more I look around, the more I just see purple. You got that right. Can't chalk that up to just being corporate office, if you ask me. Doesn't seem like a great workplace environment at all. A good commander decorates their subordinates' living spaces with their morale in mind, even if it means going against their own taste. Whoever heads this department must be somewhat quite unfit to lead. I bet they're not the only one who's unfit to lead. Ishmael, who was rummaging through a pile of miscellaneous items, muttered from a distance as Otis mused at the ceiling. We found some employee doodles and scribbles back here. Oh, I suppose the department lead were called Serifa. They're saying something about how they're Serifa. Ooh, that's some spicy profanity. I will read them. Where's Saul? You don't have to read the insults and profanities. Understood. In that case, I will instead peruse the document first and produce a comprehensive summary. Sometime later. That is all. Okay, first of all, thanks for skipping past all the profanities. But wow, that made me feel bad, and I got nothing to do with this place. It is not uncommon to see department leads shouting and butting heads, but perhaps a physical altercation would have been preferable to letting such bitter animosity fester like this. It was clear that the Sephiroth did not share a very healthy work relationship with one another. Not to mention that not many employees really put their faith in their Sephiroth. Hey, the Sephiroth we call Malchus. He must have been the Sephiroth of the control team department where we fought the ordeal last time. I could tell from the way she talks that she treats her employees like parts of a machine, driving them to their death, replacing them when they inevitably crumble. I guess the wing is the wing after all. Yeah, look, here's a conversation with Hod, the Sephiroth training team. Looks like she started off pretty mad, but managed to avoid making things hostile in the office. For the sounds of it, she really cares for her critters. Oh well, there's another type of annoying though, you know. Then her heart would never rested easy as long as she was here. The grievances of the employees would have reached her ears nonetheless. She may have given herself doses of painkillers she hid under the label of altruism she carefully cared for them, despite it all. And this Esau, I see the seraph of the stickler for Viper, he was called. Perhaps he had an unsavory habit of sticking his teeth into his employees. It's only a figure of speech. He does seem like an irritating type, but he would have served as a decent strategist. This appears to be a meticulous record of the work schedules. According to that digital calendar, the upcoming schedule is fast approaching. There's no time to share the details regarding the ordeal. I suppose we should have checked the documents first. A heavy thump of the lights follows Otis's deep sigh. The lobby lights suddenly changed and floor began to crumble. Well, can't say I'm surprised. We knew that our deal was coming after all. Still, I wish we had prior knowledge about an enemy's time. Yeah! What in the name of wings is that creature? Vermin, is it tis so far, yet appears so grand inside. Naturally, we whipped around to see Don Quixote, who then directed our attention towards something writhing in the distance, a thing of bizarre shape crawling and squaring. If they appeared in the safety team's corridors as well, then there's more! Voss, anything you can tell us about them before they start rushing at us? I shouted, watching apart as a curiously violet grub-like creature slowly spawned into the hallway from thin air. Even though she probably didn't have much to tell me about them, they will not rush us. There are reports that these entities are rather slow. In fact, they're an ordeal of violet. Time dawn. If they're indeed violet, it's unlikely we will have much time to discuss that. We must immediately engage them, starting from the safety team hallway. A similar situation is very likely imminent in the formation team and training team hallway. So what? We gotta crush them like there's a timer or something? That would be an apt attitude, yes. The entities will soon be manifesting in every part. If we fail to quickly clear this out and seek and destroy them in other apartments, then we may come face to face with the kind of pandemonium we'd rather not have the displeasure of experiencing. Every equip hall counter in every department will immediately drop down to zero, and thus the abnormalities contained within shall be released. Oh, Bob, come on, we just got off this bloody warp train. I think we had enough of the wing shenanigans to deal with by now. Yeah, zip it and grab your weapon. I'm going in. Your homegirl, which treats the life and
밤이 서둘러 다가온다 해도 이 어둠을 헤쳐나가자. 세상에 둘도 없는 가족의 축복과 친절한 허락을 받으며 모든 위험한 것들을 물리치고 행복에 닿을 수 있을 것이니 의심할 여지 없이 오늘 나에게 일어날 무엇 또한 기가 막히겠구나. 그리고 우리에게 일어날 모험도 하지. 다들 기억하지? 무릇 해결사란 생각은 순수하게, 말은 정직하게, 행동은 관대하게. 모험은 용맹스럽게 하고 고난은 견뎌가며 어려운 자들에게는 자비롭게, 마지막에는 목숨을 걸고서라도 꿈을 잡으러 가는 거야. 이 중 하나라도 지키지 못한다면 내가 찾아와서 너희 둘의 머리통을 때릴 테니까 언제나 긴장하며 똑바로 나아가서.
그거
참 치사한 협박이 아닐 수 없군. 말이 치사하네. 치사하다 말했네.
what is it this time?
이놈의 차례가 온 줄 알았는데. 그래서 이번에야말로 마무리를 멋지게 해내고 싶었는데. 신분이 제대로 이름을 날릴 수도 있었을 절호의 기회였는데. 왜? 그런데 왜 그렇게 얼굴 표정이 무거지상인 것인가, 나리? 그렇지 않소, 나리. 보이지 않는 것인가? 조그마한 동물이나 심지어 남들이 하찮다고 하는 풀떼기라 하더라도 다 마음이란 것이 있다네. 그러니 당연히 표정도 있을 수밖에. 그렇기에 우리는 어떤 것이든 약하다여 무시하지 말고 올곧은 마음으로 정의를 항상 행해야 한다. 이 말일세.
누가 저들 인명들인가?
듣고 있는가?
what does she say? Some cargo in the freight car of the work train. She opens her mouth. My instinct is screaming at me to not listen to her, but Don Quixote. Yes? I beseech you. I don't know if I gave her the right answer. drifting away into a gentle, pleasant dream. Let her blood-red eyes never ever open again. Impossible dream. Sueño imposible. And back to present.
아쉽긴 하네. 우리 중에 파우스트랑 단테 말곤 아무도 마지막 장면을 보지 못했다는 건.
엄밀히 말하자면 그 자리에 저자리에 있었다. 혈귀를 눈앞에 두고 볼썽사납게 기절해버렸다. 림버스 컴퍼니의 수치 그 자체로군.
Why am I missing like a part of the story? I don't understand.
검수 한시.
얘도 기절한 건 똑같지 않나?
역시 저라도 남아있었어야 했는데 말입니다. 그렇게 혈기가 무서웠던 거예요, 도쿄테 씨? 괜찮아요. 전 이해할 수 있어요.
진정한 영웅은 각종의 모욕에도 구태의연하게 혀를 안
확실히 결정적인 순간을 놓친 건 로자 씨 말대로 좀 아쉽긴 하네요. 저희가 본 건 열차 안에 터져 있는 그 혈기의 파편들과 어떻게 해야 할지 감이 안 온다는 분위기를 풀풀 풍기는 단테뿐이었거든요.
Who is this blood fiend?
이 양병 싸다구를 계속 때리는 한이 있더라고.
그래서 정확히 무슨 일이 일어났었던 건가요?
그게 이것만 계속했는데 대체 뭘 말해줬다는 거죠?
혹시 머리에 불길이 치솟으면서 횡설수설하셨던 그때처럼 정신착란 증세를 보인 것은 아니십니까?
Otis began glaring at me warily as though my clock head was about to explode at any moment. That didn't happen.
아무거나. 그럼 상대를 바꿔서 다른 목격자셨던 파우스트 씨 하신 말씀 있으신가요?
Rodier asked confidently, still in the mood to play detective.
구테어 파우스트 쪽에서 전달될 일은 없을 것 같군요.
그럼 다시 탄테 씨에게.
자, 너희가 주의 깊게 들어야 할 전달 사항이 있다.
I have no idea if it was a coincidence or not, but Virgilia stepped in at just the right moment to divert the sinners away from me.
알다시피 우리는 피사에서 의뢰를 받았다. 매번 같은 패턴이니 이제는 설명해 주지 않아도 감을 잡고 있겠군.
네. 이번에도 뒤틀리는 게 황당한지 때려잡고 넘기고 벗고 뒤지고 뭐 그러시겠다고?
그리고 곁에 가서는 황금가지를 우리가 차지할 수 있는 의뢰라는 것도 알고 있네.
Don Quixote replies, brimming with excitement.
그래, 저 둘이 대답할 정도면 나머지도 확실하게 알고 있다. 하지만 아니, 정정하지. 상당히
This operation will be drastically different.
어쩌면 지금까지의 작전 중에 제일 껄끄러워질 수 있을 거다.
뭐 안 그랬던 작전이 있었나요? 하긴 이런 3배 정도 되는 사람들 사이에서 단체로 움직이거나 하면 좀 껄끄러울 수는 있겠죠.
수감자들의 감염 나날이 좋아지는군요.
아, 정말인가요? 저 그냥 앞으로 무턱대고 추측하는 말은 하지 말까 봐요.
확정사항이다. 뭐 3배나 되는 강적이 달려들 것이라고 하는 것보단 아군인 편이 낫지 않겠나.
합동 작전을 한다는 것인가? 상대는 누구지?
앞했던 기억이 있어.
Our mission at K-Corp was our first and last experience with a joint operation.
그때 메르소의 팔 한쪽이 날아가서 기둥에 부딪히고 떨어졌던 게 생생하게 기억난다고.
A more accurate recounting of the event would have included my scapula was also forcefully separated from my torso.
그냥 이번에도 우리끼리 하면 안 돼? 다른 사람들은 영 도움도 안 되고 거리적거리기만 할 걸.
저 녀석의 말에 적극 동의하게 되는 건 오랜만이고.
오만한 발언이군.
Presumptuous.
오늘만 그런 생각을 가지고 작전에 참여하지 않을 것이라는 점 꼭 기억하고 있는 게 좋을 거다. 이번 회의는 해결사 총괄협회인 하나협회에서 묵은 공개 의뢰이기도 하네.
Vergili stopped himself, noticing an ominous aura from one of the sinners. There stood Don Quixote, practically vibrating with excitement.
이쯤에서 아무나 돈키호테 입증 대신 막아주도록.
LOL.
네가 맞지?
Allow me.
쥐구멍만한 사무소의 해결사는 어느 정도 인지도가 있는 협회 소속 해결사들의 모임이 될 수 있다는 거다.
내놈 주둥이 좀 가만히 놔둘 순 없나?
I am so glad that Otis was here to stop Don Quixote from exploding into joy. Because if she hadn't, we'd be drawing the attention of every single person in a sizable radius around us.
뭐 어떤 걸 처리해야 되는 건데?
아니, 어떤 식으로 처리하는지가 궁금해.
뒷골목 해결사처럼 말씀하시네요.
Vergilius looked up just as Heathcliff asked this question.
자세한 건 때마침 우리에게 걸어오고 있는 의뢰자에게 들어.
Timely arrival. Ooh, Sping. Oh my god, 58 episodes.
이거 착색 붉은 시선님을 위해 영광이군요.
Rez Gates himself.
그 외에도 모두들 반갑습니다. 저는 피사 아카이빙 부서의 부장 차사라입니다.
채타민입니다.
아카이빙 부서? 뭔가 기록하는 일이라도 하는 건가?
그렇다고 할 수 있죠. 다른 말들보다 치사하지만 꽤 중요한 틀린 말은 아니네요. 당신들 림버스 컴퍼니에 대한 이야기는 건너서 들려오더라고요. 뭐라더라. 황금가지라는 것만 얻을 수 있다면 죽음까지 불사하면서 의뢰를 성공시켜내고야만 중견 회사라고 하던데.
틀린 말은 아니지만
그것이네. 군인과 동료들은 수많은 역경과 직업을 각오하며 무수한 악들을 처단해냈지.
Twinkling eyes, she was immensely infatuated.
이쪽에서도 이번 의뢰에 대한 대략적인 내용을 전달받았습니다. 다양한 해결사들이 모여 수차례나 토벌을 시도하고 있는 도시 악몽급 사건이 있다고.
맞아요.
해결사들이 모이자마자 선수, 부장식이나 되는 당신 같은 사람이 마중 나와 줄 일은 없었을 테고.
네, 그것 또한 맞습니다.
더군다나 공식적인 자리도 아닌 곳에서 의뢰를 전달한다는 건 우리에게 원하는 게 도시 악몽의 토벌뿐만이 아니라 그 이상의 무언가를 해내주었으면 하는 기대가 느껴지는군요. 아까 말한 대로 죽음까지 불사하면서 무언가를 해낼 것이라는 기대가.
이상한 기분이네요. 굳이 숨길 셈도 아니었지만 간파당한 느낌이라.
I sense your expectations. Brave death for.
맞아요. 토벌 대상이 있는 위치 어딘가에 황금가지라는 게 있다고 해요. 이건 당신들 쪽에서 우리에게 먼저 연락을 취해서 말한 정보죠. 처음에 그 연락을 받았을 때 얼마나 황당했던지, 황금가지가 뭐냐는 말에도 정확하게 대답을 해주지도 않고, 정확한 사표는 당신들 인원이 직접 그 구역으로 들어가야지만 알 수 있다고 하고. 난 장난 전화인 줄 알았다니까요.
하지만 그 순간 결코 거절하지 못할 제안도 함께이지 않았습니까?
장담하는데 당신들 회사에는 정보 수집력이 어마어마하게 대단한 정보원이나 유능한 정보 부서가 있을 거예요.
She let out a deep sigh. Cesaria.
그래서 토벌해야 되는 게 정확히 어떤 건데요? 여러 해결사가 모인 걸 보면 지난번처럼 지구에서 탈출한 환상체라도 어딘가에 돌아다니고 있는 건가요? 혹은 뒤틀림이라거나. 설마. 그러니까 환상체나 뒤틀림이라는 건 일종의 괴물 같은 건데요. 차라리 그런 것이었으면 더 좋았을 뻔했을 텐데요.
The missing persons flyer. Looks like people of P-Corp were randomly going missing.
전단지가 떼어지지 않고 종이가 너덜거릴 때까지 붙어있다는 건 여전히 그들이 집으로 무사히 돌아오지 않고 있다는 뜻이죠.
토벌해야 하는 건 개체가 아니라 현상인가?
행복한 미소가 꽃피는 것. 옛 이야기 속의 놀이공원 라만 챌린지죠.
Oh, La Manchala.
라만차
집계가 된 실종자는 현재 수십여 명. 아마 실제로는 그 이상이겠죠. 2달 전 피스 뒷골목에서는 이 라만 챌린지의 입장을 가능했고 오늘까지도 대부분 회전하지 못하고 있습니다.
실조? 오로지 즐거움만이 가득해요. 마땅한 놀이동산에서 어찌 그런 일이...
제가 할당된 직원들만으로는 처리가 불가능했어요. 생긴 지 사흘 만에 도시 질병을 부여받고 지금 도시 악몽이 되었죠.
Urban nightmare.
하지만 도시의 별도 아니고 도시 악몽 정도라면 피사가 자력으로 해결 가능한 수준이라고 생각합니다.
그게 다른 부서에서는 그리 주목하지 않는 현상이라 전투 부서의 정보 직원들이 투입되지 않았거든요.
왜 피사에서는 그들을 투입시켜주지 않은겠나?
What do you want? Huh? $6. 50. You don't want to say hi to Mimi? Mimi's looking at you because she don't like you.
미미! 미미!
미미예요.
미미! 왜 차가 와요? 미미! 아! 아!
You don't care. 아! 미미예요.
이 현상이 나타난 장소가 뒷골목이니까요. 근처였다면 당장이라도 압착 부서의 정의 요원들을 배치했을걸요.
걱정하시죠, 제사라부장. 그게 다는 아니지 않습니까? 당신의 직책이라면 타 부서 직원을 투입해달라는 협조 요청은 일도 아니었을 것이고 림버스 컴퍼니를 선택한 이유는 알고 있지 않습니까?
네네. 나 참 못 이기겠군요. 알겠어요. 자백하겠습니다. 저희 부서의 목적은 라만차랜드를 없애는 것이 아닙니다. 자, 당신들은 곧 다른 해결사들과 함께 라만차랜드로 향하게 될 것입니다. 한 가지 조언을 드리자면 당신들이 황금가지를 찾으러 왔다는 사실을 다른 해결사들이 알게 하지 마세요. 황금가지라는 미지의 것이 어딘가에 숨겨져 있다고 섣불리 밝혔다간 해결사들에겐 또 다른 보상으로 여겨질 수도 있으니까요. 괜히 저들을 자극하지 말라는 소리죠. 물론 눈치껏 저희 부서의 목표가 라만차랜드의 수준이 아니라는 걸 한마디로 피사와 림버스 컴퍼니 서로가 원하는 것을 조용히 얻고 처리하자는 소리 정도로 일축할 수 있겠네요. 정리가 깔끔하시네요.
로고야 적어보지 말고
Who do you think we are?
전화기 기회를 나불거릴 자가 우리 중에 있을 수도 있나.
이제 자존심이 언론으로 향하는 게 어떻겠습니까? 이곳에 오래 서 있을수록 시상만 많아질 뿐이니.
그렇네요. 라만차랜드로 들어가 그곳을 최초로 만들어낸 무언가 혹은 누군가를 찾은 뒤 저에게 데려오세요.
누군가?
무언가일 수도 있다. 정보가 너무 적군. 생물인지 무생물인지도 알 수 없는 것인가?
단순히 라만차랜드를 없애는 걸로 끝나는 게 아니라 만든 사람이 필요한 이유는 뭔가요?
Twinkled for a brief moment.
왜 그러시나요?
그런 질문을 감히 할 거라는 생각조차 하지 못해서 오히려 말문이 막혔달까요? 제가 당신들에게 황금가지를 왜 찾아 헤매고 있냐는 질문을 하지 않았던 것처럼.
Ah.
뭐? 굳이 숨길 만한 내용은 아니지만요. 굳이 말씀드리자면 그 피해에 대한 책임을 묻기 위해서죠.
맞는 말이지. 그런 극악무도한 짓을 저지른 자에겐 마땅한 처벌이 내려져야 하는 법.
그리고 겸사겸사 다른 부서들이 제칠 만한 성과를 올려서 간만에 승진하면 더 좋고요.
우리가 받아들이냐와는 관계없이 윗선과는 이야기가 다 끝난 사안이겠지.
만약 우리가 그곳을 직접 없애버리는데 성공한다고 쳐도 그 유사한 요리구멍을 만든 놈이 너희에게 안 들어. 그땐 어쩔 거냐?
Heathcliff spoke craftily, but it's a reasonable question.
당장 손에 넣을 수는 없겠지만 황금가지라는 걸 우리 쪽에서도 차차 연구를 해보기 시작하겠죠.
갖고 오지 않으면 앞으로 우리의 것을 빼앗을 수도 있다는 말이야.
물론 데려온다면 굳이 그런 불확실한 걸 연구할 필요는 없겠죠.
Might force our hand.
그리고 지금이야 라만차랜드가 도시 안목에 머무르고 있다 해도 그 위험도의 성장세가 가파르다 보니 도시 곳곳에서 조금씩 주목받고 있어요. 지금 이 순간에도 여러 해결사들이 라만차랜드의 토벌을 위해 도시 전역에서 모이고 있기도 하고. 라만차랜드를 토벌할 사람들은 우리 말고도 많다는 건가요? 돈과 명예를 원하는 자들은 언제나 마르는 법이 없죠. 어쩌면 그 해결사들도 조만간 황금가지라는 것에 관심을 가질 수도 있을 거예요. 갇힌 것이 있으면 단단을 풍겨오기 마련이니까.
다른 세력이나 해결사가 눈독 들이기 전에 조용히 거래하자는 거군요.
이번에도 이야기의 핵심을 잘 파악하네요. 맞아요. 다행인 일이죠. 서로가 찾고 있는 게 아직까진 서로에게만 가치 있다고 판단하고 있으니까. 그래서 당신들도 황금가지에 대해 말을 아끼는 거고 저희도 라만차랜드를 만든 무언가에 대해서 입조심을 하는 거죠.
다다. 아는 놈이 많을수록 정보는 가치를 잃지. 흔해 빠진 공산품처럼.
그럼 그렇지. 난 또 기념품이라도 챙겨주는 줄 알았잖아. 괜히 따로 그런 게 아니었네.
당신들에게 거는 기대가 커요. 죽음까지도 불사하시는 분들이잖아요.
This is what every single one of our contracts have been like. Our stability and safety go out the window the moment a mission begins in earnest. We share nothing but our code goals and objectives, not exchanging anything deeper than the shallowest transactions. I've grown to accept this inevitability, but I do know this is probably not the right way. Amidst the dull and resigned eyes of the other sinners, Don Quixote's eyes alone burned with passionate fire.
제사라 부장이시여, 믿어주시게. 꼭 이 돈키호테와 림버스 컴퍼니의 동료들이 라만차랜드를 없애고 실종된 사람들까지 구해내리다. 그 간악한 라만차랜드의 창조자 또한 데려올 테니 부디 모두를 대신하여 엄벌에 처해주시게.
어머나, 그거 참 안심이 되는 말이네요. 웬만한 해결사들보다 더 믿음직스러운걸요?
이 돈키호테! 자네를 위해 용맹하고 명예롭게 싸워서 피사의 전당에 이름을 남기리라.
Don Quixote was bouncing up and down like she was prepared to stand for
그만.
Cecilia's back and
그
call.
짧은 시간에 사람 하나 다루는 법을 정확하게 간파해내.
Putty.
저 녀석이 너무 쉬운 거 아니냐?
자, 그럼 슬슬 이동할까요?
떠나세! 자, 안내해 주시겠는가?
안타깝지만 안내는 없어요. 저는 여러분들이랑 같이 갈 수 없는걸요. 여기 종이에 적힌 장소로 가주시면 됩니다.
어째서인가? 자네 혼자서만 가면 몸이 촉촉할 터인데.
당연하잖아요. 온갖 해결사들이 모여있다는 곳에서 우리가 저 부장이랑 같이 들어가면 순식간에 인기스타가 될걸요.
응. 우리랑 피사가 모종의 연결고리가 있다는 의사를 바로 맡게 되겠지. 인기스타. 좋지 않은가?
돈키호테, 이 말의 뜻이 꼭 하나만 있지 않다는 걸 슬슬 할 때가.
현장은 뒷골목에 있으니 통행권을 나눠드릴게요. 당분간 피사의 뒷골목과 둥지를 자유롭게 오갈 수 있는 특수 업무 비자입니다.
역시 이런 걸 나눠줄 정도면 작거나 힘이 없는 부서는 아닌 것 같은데 말이죠.
Sinclair was still quietly suspicious, but that small doubt was practically buried in the brief commotion that followed as sinners gathered in front of Cesar to retrieve their visa. Cesar's direction led us to an empty lot in the back streets.
뭐야 여기? 뒷골목은 보통 건물들이 뒤지게 빽빽하게 마련인데 왜 여기만 텅 비어 있어?
그러게. 뒷골목에서 이 정도였다는 놀리는 건 흔치 않을 텐데.
이유는 모르겠지만 건물에 현수막도 여기저기 붙어있네요.
너희는 현장을 보고 있도록. 나는 잠시 파우스트 씨와 함께 담당자를 만나고 오지. 그때까지 얌전히. 아니, 큰 사고까진 가지 말도록.
여부가 있겠는가?
He's given up on the slim hope that we won't be getting into any trouble without him.
자, 그럼 안으로 들어가 볼까?
The empty lot was surrounded by all kinds of warning signs and perimeter tapes, deterring anyone from haphazardly wandering inside. And when we reached out to grab the tapes to duck under them, a voice rang out, stopping us in our tracks.
네?
잘 모르는 것 같아서 하려던 말인데 여기 함부로 들어오면 안 돼요. 안 돼. 저도 그렇고 여기 모여있는 사람들은 해결사거든요. 해결사. 여기는 일반인들이 함부로 있으면 안 되는 작전구역이에요. 나 참, 피상 관리를 어떻게 하는 거람.
잠깐만. 뭐죠? 왜 저만 쳐다보면서?
우리를 걱정해 주는 것인가? 괜찮네. 괜찮아. 비록 아직 해결사는 아니지만 정의를 위해 목숨을 불사하고 싸운다는 그 마음만큼은 모두가 매 한 가지지.
Don Quixote confidently leaps over the warning tape and scampers into the empty lot.
여기가 뭐하는데 이제 알고 들어오는
자네들처럼 우리 또한 의뢰를 받았다네. 라만 차례인데 토마르의 말일세.
I could practically hear everyone in the empty lot turning around to look at us. The looks on their eyes could hardly be described as friendly. In fact, their alarm as our arrival was probable. That's when one of the fixers wielding a massive weapon strode in our direction.
너희도 사냥하러 온 놈들이라고.
아이고, 그러고 보니 무기 점검하는 걸로 잊어버렸네. 이럴 때가 아니지. 얼른 가서 마저 손질해야겠다.
The obnoxious guy who was clearly way in over his head hurried away when the giant of a fixer stomped his way into the conversation. And the other fixers shook their heads as though they knew what was about to happen.
딱 봐도 협회 출신은 아니고 이름도 안 알려진 어중간한 사무소에서 온 모양인데 대체 몇 명이 더 기어들어오는 거지? 어중이 떠중이가 늘어나는 걸 보니 니놈들이 기대하는 토벌 금액도 계속 줄어들었어. 나중에 거스름돈이나 손에 쥘 수 있을지 걱정이고. 온지 얼마나 됐다고? 시비 거는 놈이 벌써 2명이냐?
옷에는 송곳니 사냥 사무소라고 써있긴 하다만 송곳니 사냥이라 하면
너희 실제로 본 적은 있나?
무엇을 말인가?
혈귀.
혈귀? 이것과 혈귀가 관련이 있다는 건가요?
이 임무에 혈귀가 연관되어 있다는 것은 전달받지 못한 사실이었다. 네가 봐. 이놈들도 제대로 아는 것도 없이 들어왔잖아. 난 너희같이 돈만 보고 아무것도 모른 채 득달같이 달려드는 놈들을 보면 부하같이 밀어. 혈귀 사냥을 방해하는 것도 모자랐어. 장뜩 돋아진 내 흥까지 쉽게 만들거든.
아니 왜? 돈만 보고 오는 게 잘못인가?
로저 씨, 아마도 이자들은 토벌 현상금이 목표가 아니라
그래. 이 사건 자체에 특별한 의미를 부여하는 자들이군. 단순히 돈으로 움직이는 자들보다 골치 아픈 유형이지.
혈귀를 상대하는 게 뭔지 알지도 못하는 놈들과 같이 임무를 수행할 마음은 없다.
다커.
Shut the fuck up.
무시하려고 해도 궁금해서 되물어보거든. 뭐라고 했지?
닥쳐라, 이 허세만 가득한 새끼.
닥쳐라 허접. 이었다.
Oh.
이번엔 속마음이 좀 더 들어가신 모양이네요.
하지만 그런 단축도 마음에 드는걸.
아무튼 저희도 혈기라면 많이는
Shut
아니지만
that
나랑
black hole,
상대해봤고
ugly.
당신들한테 무시받을 사람은 한 명도 없어요. 적어도 전투에서만큼은.
다 좋았는데 굳이 한번 뜸들였어야 해?
혈기와 싸워본 경험은 있다는 건가? 그럼 솜씨 한번 볼까? 어줍지 않은 놈들인지 진짜 사냥꾼들인지.
뭐? 토벌하러 들어가기도 전에 여기서 힘 빼야 돼? 다 허락받고 왔다니까.
너무 걱정은 마라. 팔다리 정도만 적당히 부러지게 만들어주지. 나 집으로 돌아가고 싶어질 만큼. 집으로 돌아가는 열차를 타면서 우리에게 고마워해라. 결비에게 비참하게 피를 빨아먹히는 것보다 이 편이 더 나을 테니.
Ay, ay, ay. All right, I'm tired. Woo.